Hi, we're gonna do a reading, and I was getting out 3 new decks, and then cards fell onto my lap, and there was other ones that I flipped over, and then I saw another one, and I moved things aside, and we have a reading. I'll show you the cards as I go. I'm going to actually flip over the deck, so when I flip the cards, I don't see more. Oops. Oh my gosh, cute. Well, that just happened. So I had this one on top, yes, which I will explain. And then I just saw, I was trying to not see another card, but it says remain positive. And that actually makes sense to me based on these 2 cards from another deck. So what are we talking about? We're talking about taking the steps, taking the leap, and that it's freaking time for you. And it's time to say yes to yourself, whatever that looks like. So it feels, this was one of the first cards I saw, and these were the first cards that I saw. It says leap. And then these cards are about this is about celebration, security. This could mean relationship stuff. This can mean stability in life and career. And this is actually kind of a feeling of not feeling totally sure about it. So you might be at a point where you're either making a choice, or you're starting to take steps for your self-growth or something, or for yourself, or making a change in your life. And that you're not entirely sure what's going on. Oh, I have a thing. I hope I remember. I'm going to write it down to mention. Hopefully I remember. Anyways, okay. Intuition guide. I'll come back to that in a second. Anyways, so it's about taking this next step, and not necessarily you're am I ready? Is it right? It's not that you don't know deep down that you want to do this. It's that there's some humanness, which is so human and so real, where you might be experiencing doubt, fears, and all of that stuff. So then it brings me back to this card that says yes. And not only that, no joke, this other deck said yes on it as well. I see some card behind it, but I'm not going to take it quite yet. We'll see if I get inspired to or not. But yes, double yes. It's literally you're ready. And then this other card that was... oh my gosh, I keep seeing cards. I'm trying not to see more cards, but it says remain positive, because, there is this essence of readiness. You are ready to experience this type of change, right? To feel really good, to feel safe, secure, and also delighted and free, and all of these things. You're ready for it. And so the remain positive to me isn't toxic positivity. Hell no. Because if you're experiencing doubts and fears, in my world here in this space, we acknowledge our fears. We understand them. We don't sit and sink with them, but we sit with them to understand them, to move through them and release them. So the remain positive to me is more if you're experiencing doubts, that's okay, and keep going, you're ready. And then timing is interesting with this world, and it's different for everyone. However, within the next few weeks to me means that you're already in it. A few weeks timeline of this transition, or this change, is actually quite short. And so this energy is you're already actively going through it. You might not necessarily have the full reveal, which is that really a thing in life? Sometimes, not all the time. You'll feel little moments where you're oh my gosh, I feel different. That's kind of this essence of within a few weeks, you will feel that. And it doesn't have to be that you've come to a full completion of something in a few weeks. This is to me that this can happen over the next few months or even years, but that you're already initiated into this, this change. Oh my gosh, initiated. This is, I could have been inspired, but it says the initiation, which has been sitting here. And this was, I think this is the last card. This is the last card I wanted to show you, was that there's an initiation. And sometimes when we go through an initiation, look at how on this card a lot of the energy is there's a storm, it's kind of darker, you can't see as much, which is this card here. But and it can feel at times, not all the time, but it can feel that the darker feelings, or the darkness, or the fears are more prominent than the courage. But you totally this is why there's yes everywhere, and this whole essence of believe in yourself. I'm going to say remain positive, believe in yourself, that you are ready. This is the time you're being initiated, and that as you're moving through this towards this, it's just going to be, once you're through it, it's a whole new world. It's literally totally different. You're whoa. this is so crazy awesome. This is so cool. This is also new, so it's a bit scary, but like, I got this. Oh my gosh, I like this. I don't know where, like, I don't even know who I am, but like, I'm so excited. Some of these things might come forward for you. Okay, now you can swipe if you want to. I have two things, either for you from my world to maybe support you further. So there's first thing, what can help you amongst like your fears with your like your knowings, and connecting to, as we would maybe say, your intuition. That's one way. And I do have an intuition guide. I think it's pretty cheap. I actually don't remember the price because I changed it a while ago. Let's say it's like anywhere to $5 range or something. Anyways, it's pretty affordable. You don't have to do it, but it is an exercise that I actually do when I feel disconnected from myself. And it's kind of like, I'm a dancer. It's kind of like in dance, I go back to ballet to like get foundation to feel really good about doing the other styles again. Like, it's like that foundational step, going back to the basics essentially. And the intuition guide, I actually use it constantly in my life. So if you want that exercise, you can do that. It's on Rebecca'sHealingHub.com, which hopefully I'll remember to post on this post. If not, go to my links. The other thing, in this kind of space, this reading, this is where a lot of my spaces live, in terms of community or one-on-one spaces or anything like that. I have a community that I'm just starting working to grow in my Substack, where I share like personal blogs, personal things and resources. I also show my artsy side there, which I love. And it's more free flowing. There's strong communication. I do also, for paid subscribers, I do like energetic monthly check-ins. So it's like for the month, we do like a monthly forecast. And then I have a new podcast that's exclusive for the paid subscribers as well. But either way, like, that space also has like a chat. It's a community. Like, it's not just here's stuff for you, which is awesome and great and like yay. It's also where we get to interact, like, and as a community we get to talk to each other about all the substantial things that are going on amongst our journey and our path, so we can keep gaining clarity, because we keep moving, we keep growing, so we can keep gaining clarity on where we're at, where we might be moving towards, and the choices we want to make in that sort of state or in this position. So everything is welcome. All of you is welcome. It's an incredibly safe space. I will be working to manage that safety all the time, as on my lives as well on TikTok and stuff. Anyways, so much to say. You're so incredible. I'm I'm excited for you in this energy, and I'm also holding you energetically in this energy, because this reading, it's working through a lot. You're working through a lot to break generational curses and all this kind of stuff, and create like elation for you and for other people and other generations that come after you. So you rock. Amazing. Love you to bits and pieces. We'll see you later. Mwah.